Welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. In this episode, I'm going to be doing an entire quest chain that I missed along the way. This is the quest chain for the 7 swords, and it begins right here with this guy. Doesn't have to begin with him, but that's where I'm starting. I basically have to run around and collect 7 swords. If you remember, I did run across a guy here in Angmar who was standing outside some ruins, and he mentioned something about 7 swords, so now I'm going to begin finding them. And it actually starts here with this guy. He'll have one of the 7 swords. And as you can see, I've acquired the Sword of Gui Knock. The Sword Hilt appears to be of Westernese make, but the blade has been overlaid with writings in black speech. Among the dark writings, you can make out the name Gui Knock. You should take the blade to Nethrol at the Crusli Lenin to the east of Gabelshather. Alright. So I got that. And then next up, let's go get the next sword. It's going to be a little bit to the southwest of here. Probably in there, maybe. So let me just head south. I don't know if it's up through there. It probably is. It's probably in the camp, I think. Oh, never mind. Here he is. So there's another hillman. Tobade. Go ahead and blast him. Did he really just knock me unconscious? That sucks. Alright, so I got another sword here. The Sword Hilt appears to be of Westernese make, but the blade has been overlaid with writings and black speech. Among the dark writings, you can make out the name Enreg. Though the blade looks strong, it has many notches, as though it has seen many battles. You should take the blade to Nenthra at Crusli Lenin to the east of Gabelshather. Alright. Next up, we are going to have another blade. I believe it's going to be to the east. So we'll just head this way. Again, there's going to be 7 of them. Should be able to find them relatively easy. I did make a mental note of where they're going to be. Roughly, at least. So hopefully I won't be running around lost. And actually, I think it's a little bit further south. And there he is. Ran right by him. Alright, let's kill him. Rureich. Get rid of that bad boy. Alright. Oh, did I really get that? Man, gotta be kidding me. It's alright, I'll kill him quickly. Alright, so I got another sword. And I'm not gonna keep reading this because it's the same thing, but the second part is usually a little bit more unique. Among the dark writings, you can make out the name Kolmak. The blade's edge seems to be pitted and burned. And I'll, of course, be taking it to Nenthra as well. Alright, so next up, I think if I go a little bit to the southeast. Yeah, let me go through here. Maybe around here. There he is, right in front of me. Right in front of me. Let's blow him up. His name is Owen. That's not a very Middle-earthy name. What is he, living in suburban England over here? Okay. Among the dark writings, you can make out the name Ob. Okay. Not too much information on that sword there. So next up, I think if I head south, I'll head towards another Sword Hilt. Let's go this way a little bit. And I think there should be somebody around here. Unless I'm at the wrong coordinates. I'm pretty sure I remember the right thing, though. What is this guy? Did I have to kill him for a quest? I don't even remember. Alright, but basically I should be at... Maybe I need to go south or north a little bit more, I think. Could have sworn there should have been a guy around here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. Let me take a look at the map. Huh. Well, let's keep going south. Could have sworn there should have been somebody here. I don't know. I'm going crazy. Let's keep going this way. I think it's a little bit further south actually, so maybe I'm not too lost. Let's hope somebody pops up soon. There we go. There's one by the campfire. Get rid of him. And there we go. Another sword. Among the dark writings, you can make out the name Kivoka. Alright, so next up, let me head maybe a little bit to the southwest. Maybe like right through here. Let me see if I see anybody. Now, those are orcs there by that campfire, so surely not them. Let me go north a little bit. Again, I don't know exactly where these people are, so appreciate your patience. I'm working on it, though. There's somebody down there. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There he is. Let me actually use this. And you know what? Let me build some gambits as well. And let's do that. And I basically already wasted my recklessness. There we go. He's dead. Got another item. Among the dark writings, you can make out the name Manas. Alright. And then next up, I think we only have one more. And I think it's going to be towards the east, if I'm not mistaken. Or, I mean, the west. The west. Maybe a little bit north as well. Or south, I don't know. I think it's in this general direction where the last one will be. There he is, sure enough. Let me build a gambit here, and let's ambush this guy. Nice. And that should be the last sword. The Sword Hilt. Oh, we already read all that. Among the faded writings, you can make out the name Innis. Okay, so now we can finally head to turn in all of these. And we've been to that place before, if you remember. It's just we couldn't do anything at the time, since we didn't have any of the swords. But the time has come, finally. I don't know if I ever actually completed this quest chain on any of my characters in the past. I can't remember, honestly. So this is going to be a bit of a surprise for me on what may or may not happen. Let's go around through the north, I think. Ton of quests to turn in. Not going to get experience for any of them. I'm okay with that, because I'm already so over-leveled. And here we are. You probably remember this now that you see it. Here's this fine scholar.
What can I do for you?
You have brought me the Sword of Ob. Ob was a great leader of the Hillmen of Rudar. He was one of the last to be taken under the service of the Witch King, and it is said that he had a great gift of healing. Ancient text tells he was indeed unwilling at first to heed the words of the messengers of the Witch King, but at the urging of his people for great wealth and power, he accepted the sword that you now hold.
Hail, friend. And
What have you brought to old Nethra, the Sword of Gui Knock? This is the sister sword of the poisoner, Colmac. Many a wound this sword gave that too late was found to be fatal. Gui Knock was longest in the service of the enemy, and had the most malice and subtlety of those that wielded the blade under the Witch King against Cardolan. Alright, and speaking of Colmac, let's read about that.
And well met.
This is a dark blade, Kippen. Look along its edges. Do you see the burn marks and the notches? Many times has this sword carried the fell poisons of the enemy. I fear that this sword of Colmac, he was the second of the Hillman chieftains who took service with the enemy. It troubles me to know that his blade was still in the service of Angmar.
What can I do for you?
It is well that you brought this to me, Kippen, for few save the wise now would have been able to discern the fatal lines that speak the cold words of the black speech which tainted this blade. This is the sword of Innis. Though his sword was not as famed as his bow, many were caught unaware by the ambush of Innis and the cruel hillmen he commanded.
How can I be of service?
Hail, Kippen. It seems that you have brought me one of the swords that I desire. This is the sword of Kevoka. Long he battled against the Witch King, and he feigned peace and offered to him a truce. In his folly, he met at the appointed place alone and was captured. When he returned to his people, he was barely recognizable, a shadow of his former self. He served the Witch King, and his people were taken into thraldom.
How can I be of service?
Hail, Kippen, you have returned one of the swords that was taken from the Krusli Lanan. You have brought to me the sword of Manas. Many brave warriors fell beneath his blade, though he wielded the bow stronger. Few men lived to tell the tale of his brutality, for he would often put his captives to a cruel death.
What can I do for you?
Hail, Kippen, what have you brought to me? Ah, this relic, notched sword of Anrag. Anrag was a mighty warlord of the Hillmen of Rudar. He was the fiercest of those that were converted to the enemy's evil cause, and was often at the head of the armies brought against the people of Atherdane. Alright, so finally all of those are finished, and I think I completed a deed, the 7 swords, and I got a title for that, Sage of Rudar. Pretty cool. I did get... oh, never mind. Alright, so let's speak with him now.
Can I speak with you a moment?
You have recovered all 7 swords, a mighty deed, Kippen. Now they can be restored to their proper resting place, and we can finally enter the Crusli Lanan. Gather with few companions you deem trustworthy, and return to me when you are ready. I would not think to enter such a place without strong allies to guard me in my study. Alright, so let's see if we're ready to go here. I believe we are.
Greetings to you.
You have returned, Kippen? Then I deem that you are ready for the task at hand. Hold again the 7 swords which you gathered. You should be the one to set them in their resting place and open the door. Alright, let's go. Shall we begin? Placing the swords, Kippen? It will only take a moment to get my notes in order. Ready yourself, for I do not know what we will find inside.
With the aid of the heroes of the North, the ranger scholar Nethra has reclaimed 7 swords which were given to the hillman chieftains of old. Now Nethra and his allies prepare to enter the ancient halls of Cruslar Lanan.
Interesting. Let's go ahead and place these swords down. Let me throw down my forced march so I can make my way around the circle a little bit quicker. Very curious as to how this is all going to climax. I think 3 more. Alright. There we go. The doors have opened. Come, let us enter. I will wait for him and then follow behind.
Greetings.
My study is almost complete, Kippen. My work is complete. This is indeed an ancient armory of Arnor. But it was taken by the hillmen of Rudar and turned into a place of fear. Something is amiss. Who dares disturb Anrag, Lord of Rudar? Begone, accursed spirit, a kinsman of the house of Isildur commands it. A kinsman of the house of Isildur maybe, but thou art not of the line of Agerlab, and have not the right to treat with me. This place will be thy grave, Dunedain. Alright, so it looks like these are some of the previous swordsmen. And then a bunch of these bad boys. These guys always disappearing. It's really annoying. Do a surety of death and just get rid of all these guys. This is no place for thy kind. Thou must leave. Go. Quickly, friends, let us leave this place. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's climb up the tower. Alright, kill some dudes here. Let's keep moving up. Hopefully away from this dread. I don't like having the dread with me. In fact, I might eat a little bit of food here or there, just to make things a little bit easier. What do I got? Oh, I lagged there for a hot second. I'm still kind of lagging a little bit. It's this dread, man. It's terrible. Looks like I am out of it, though. Stupid guy resisted my attack. Ugh, come on. Wow, he is long. We will be the end of thee. I need to come back up here before he dies. There's a lot of them. Let me see about killing these dudes. This guy's not really helping. He's just standing around. What a fool. Alright. I wonder what happened to that guy that I left behind all the way back there. I don't know. Alright guys, so what happened at this point, I'm not entirely sure, but my recording started to screw up. Thankfully, whatever happened here at the end of the episode, so that you only miss about 3 minutes or so of gameplay. I think something was happening with my computer, and it was just eating up all the memory, because on the commentary for this part, I mentioned something about having a lot of lag. Anyways, I'll play out what ended up being recorded here for you to see, and then I'll stop to read the quest at the end, and I'll leave a little bit of the commentary I originally did in these last few minutes, so you can kind of get a hint as to what may have happened here. I apologize about the error. Hopefully it will never happen again. Kind of lagging a little bit. I don't know if you guys are noticing that. Hopefully not too much. Okay, why am I lagging? My virus scanner must be running in the background or something. Give the sword bundle back to me, Kippen, quickly. I will dispose of these swords and lock the Oathbreakers that remain inside the Kruslenon there forever. You have my thanks for your end, Kippen. I have many notes to study. Please take one of the items that I was able to recover from Kruslenon in token of my gratitude. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with the 7 swords here. In the next one, I'm going to continue doing some quests that I missed along the way, so see you next time.